What's going on, guys? Seth here with Seth Francis Sim Racing, and we are back in Gran Turismo Sport, here again at Nordshleife. Once again in the Hyundai Genesis GR4, running pretty much the same setup as last time. The only thing I did was adjusted or lengthened 4th, 5th, and 6th gear just a tiny bit. Literally like 1 click to 4th and 5th, and I think 2 or 3 to 6th gear. So and then the other thing I did was I reduced the downforce on the rear of the vehicle from 500 to 495. So very insignificant setup changes. Really nothing that's going to make a huge difference. The gearing will help so that I don't hit the rev limiter in 6th gear and max out my speed during the normal tight section of the track. It will most likely still redline once I get to the straightaway at the end, but that's okay. My goal is to not redline or just barely redline at the end of the longest straightaway in the tight sections of track. Basically the whole first section of the track all the way up until the big long straightaway at the end. So we've got about 35 seconds before it goes into the next 10-second grid up countdown. So what do we got in this race here? We got the McGeen, we're always seeing that. The GTR, of course, the most popular. A few Genesises. That's an interesting word to say. We got a SLS AMG. I think I have that car too. Let's see. Any Corvette? No Corvette. Got a Mustang there. I don't know if I said that. Alright. Have a quick sip of my water before the race starts. Did not qualify, going to be starting in 14th position. Alright. Gripped up pretty well there, actually. You control the throttle. If you just keep the throttle matted, of course it'll just keep spinning and spinning through first and second, maybe even third, I'm not quite sure. I think just first and second. And here we go. Got a car coming up to my, well, it was coming up to my left, I guess not anymore. Coming through the S's. Currently in 14th position. About to be 13th, as that car for some reason is parked on the side of the track. Not sure what's up with that. You'll have to excuse the squeak of my chair. It is a leather chair out of an old BMW, and it is very squeaky. Basically, it's the seat that I'm using for my rig. I've got a Mustang coming up on my tail here. Ha! Do not nudge me, Mustang. It's always the Mustang drivers that are dirty, I'm telling you, in these races. Gave me just a tiny little bump there. Nothing too drastic. Didn't mean to, but it happens. Let's see if I can get around him here. Still redlining in the draft in 6th gear. That's okay though. Gearing is still pretty decent. Oh, sorry Mustang. Sorry about that. thought I was going to have enough room on the inside there, but I guess not. That was my fault. Oof, almost lost it all on my own. If I do see that Mustang driver come up back behind me again, I'm going to yield my position just out of respect. I couldn't sit and wait for him to turn his car around and everything after that, because I think what happened was after we made contact, another car and him made contact. Little fishtail there, another little fishtail there, quick with the steering wheel. What's up, whoever just joined? Got any questions, feel free to just ask them in the chat. I'll glance over every now and again and read them. If I can't, then I will at the end of the race. I might understeer there, but it didn't happen. That's good. Kept traction. Kept grip, I should say. So I think the gearing I have right now, at least 6th gear, might be just a little bit tall, because if I'm outside of the draft, I'm having trouble pulling myself through the entire gear, or the car is having trouble pulling through all of 6th gear. So maybe lower that just 1 or 2 clicks, see if it helps. Coming into the carousel. Oh, a little fishtail there, that's okay. Glad I caught that, didn't go all the way around. That was funny for sure. Ooh, bit off the track there. Pulled it back in, getting bumped from behind by this GTR. Turn here. Coming in to the section where it's very hard to see the track because the light is glaring on it. It's actually not too bad right now. They must have the time of day changed, because in previous Nordshleife races, the whole grass and track would be so brightly lit up that you would just be blinded and you couldn't see what was track and what was grass. It was really quite difficult to navigate, and now it's not quite as bad. Seems like the bright light is dimmed a bit, or obviously the sun, which could be just in another position or whatever, but there's only that one little section earlier when I started mentioning this that it's still kind of bright and a little bit hard to see the track. But yeah, before, like, even this whole section was just all lit up. You couldn't see where the grass ended and the track started. But you know, so I'm assuming it was probably, you know, high noon. There is we don't have the power to adjust it as players right now. We did in arcade mode, but on online mode we don't. But there is the ability to adjust the weather, so, you know, in the time of day. Excuse me, I shouldn't say weather. I should say there's a setting to adjust the time of day. But for the online races, the developers or whoever's in control of the server sets that up. Alright, coming through the long straight at the end here. You can feel the force feedback knocking the wheel around a little bit. You can feel that center left, right, left, right, left, right bump I was talking about in the last video. That is a little bit annoying, but not terrible. '13th position. Oh, cut me off right before I got to the finish line. Alright. This, if I'm not mistaken, is the last GR4 race. So, I'll be moving over to the GR3 races right after this. Feel free to check those out if you want in just a couple minutes. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you at the next one.